Some people never really come back, and yet we let them stay in our minds, far longer than they ever stayed in our lives. Even when we know it is over, even when nothing has happened for a long time, our mind understands, but our heart still reacts to their name. On quiet nights we check our phones, even though we already know there will be nothing there. We put it down, pick it up again, as if something might change. Just because we are looking, another day passes, and we tell ourselves, maybe tomorrow will be different. This video is for those of you who could not hold on to someone, for those who already know you should let go, but still feel guilty for hurting this much. People often say if it is meant to be, it will come back. And yes, that sounds comforting. But most of the time, it keeps us waiting instead of choosing. Philosophers have questioned the idea of fate for centuries. Spinoza once said, "We call something fate when we do not want to face its cause." Many relationships we call destiny were actually built on hesitation, on not showing up, on not committing, on not acting. Distance is not fate, it is direction. But instead of facing that truth, we hide behind hope. In the name of love, we tolerate so much. We stay in relationships without clear plans, telling ourselves the feelings must still be real. We ask, when will we see each other? And here I am not sure yet, and we convince ourselves that patience means maturity. But deep down, we already know a future with no shape. No timeline, no movement is not really a future. Psychology calls this cognitive dissonance. When reality hurts, the mind creates stories, so staying feels easier than leaving. It is love, but the timing is wrong. However, love is not just a feeling. Love is a decision, and every decision carries responsibility. To decide is to choose. To love is to act. When someone says, "I miss you, I want you, and I love you forever," but never makes time, never makes plans for future, and never rearranges their life, that is not love but comfort. That is emotional safety that costs them nothing. And here is something important we often avoid saying out loud. When someone truly loves you, they move the mountain. They never make you unsure. They adapt, they show up, they make efforts with specific plans. Behavior is the clearest form of intention. Emotions without action are empty. Words that don't match actions mean nothing. So why do we stay even when it hurts? Why don't you just let go? Attachment theory explains this. The brain experiences loss as danger. So we cling, not because it is healthy, but because it feels familiar and comforting. We choose familiar anxiety over unfamiliar peace. Then one day a message from your ex arrives, and suddenly everything feels alive again. We tell ourselves, at least I still matter to them. But slowly our world begins to shrink around their availability. Our peace becomes dependent on someone else's response. Stoic philosophy teaches that peace comes from knowing what we can control and what we cannot. Never place your peace in someone else's choices. You cannot control what someone says, but you can always see what they do. And what they do is always the truth. Leaving is not failure. Staying longer doesn't mean loving deeper. Sometimes leaving is the first moment you finally choose yourself. Carl Jung believed the pain we refuse to face returns again and again, not to punish us, but to guide us. If you keep meeting the same pattern, the same waiting, the same uncertainty, it is not coincidence. It is a mirror. Love does not keep you anxious. Love does not make you guess. Love does not trap you in permanent uncertainty. Love exists now through action, through presence and choice. If it is truly meant to be, it will not require chasing, convincing, or waiting. It will simply come and it will stay. So you do not have to wait anymore. You do not have to decode words anymore. You are allowed to choose your life over someone else's hesitation. And above all, you are allowed to live for yourself and choose yourself.